What's going on, Gen Nation? It's your man Zuplexcity here, and I'm bringing you something new. Welcome to the Key List. So what we're going to be doing today, I'm going to be giving you a list of 10 books that you should be investing in. Now, a couple of things, because a couple of guys have reached out to me asking me, how do you get started in comic book collecting? Like, where do you begin? This, that, and the other thing. I always say, rule number one is collect what you like. Go for whatever covers you like, whatever characters you like, storylines, whatever it be, collect what you like. But sometimes to fund collecting what you like, you got to take some stabs at a few books that will increase in value over time. Get yourself the money to be able to collect what you like, to pay for grading, to pay for the new books, whatever it may be. I'm going to be bringing you month to month 10 new books every month that you should be keeping an eye out for at garage sales, flea markets, online. A couple things: when you're buying online, you really got to buy from someone you trust, who knows what they're talking about when it comes to condition. We don't want anything in ratty condition or getting the bait and switch or anything like that. Someone you trust who knows what they're talking about when it comes to condition. That is the number one rule when buying online. Don't buy from some guy off Instagram who's never had a sale, who says it's a high grade and you wind up getting a 6 on it. That being said, we're going to get right into this list, starting at number 10, XMen number 3. This is the first appearance of Lobo. This book has been sitting at about $100 for a high-grade raw copy. Recently, a 9.8 CGC has sold for upwards of $320. The reason this book is getting some traction right now is because James Gunn recently tweeted out a very cryptic picture of Lobo, and we all know he's coming. So with James Gunn now being in charge of DC, I personally think that a bunch of DC books are going to really be on the rise right now. And this is definitely one of them. XMen number 3, you could pick up right now for high grade, roughly about $100 to maybe $125 raw. And then you wait on it for a little while and see what James Gunn does. It's not really going to go down in value from there, but I think it's definitely a good starting point for this list. At number 10, XMen number 3. Number 9, another James Gunn inspired book for me is Spectre number 54. This is the first appearance of Michael Holt's Mr. Terrific, the second Mr. Terrific. James Gunn, again, recently tweeted out a picture of Mr. Terrific, hinting at possibly we get something, a project having to do with him. My guess is it's going to be the Michael Holt version because that's the picture he tweeted out. It's not the first appearance of the first Mr. Terrific. That book's going to run you about $1,500. This list is not books outside of people's price range. I'm bringing you guys books that are within your price ranges that we can all go out and collect together. So we're looking at Spectre number 54. Average price right now is about $50 on this book. It's got a great cover. I love the way it looks. It's, like I said, it's the first appearance of the second Mr. Terrific, if that makes any sense. Got to be coming soon. James Gunn is heavily hinting at it. I'm all about this book. Jump on it if you can find it. Number 8, Tales of Suspense number 94. This is your first appearance of MODOK. We know for a fact he's definitely coming in Ant-Man Quantumania. This book is still sitting at $200 to about $500. This might be out of some people's price ranges, but the thing about this book that I like is that if you go to a flea market or an estate sale or a garage sale, it gets overlooked all the time. People don't realize what it is. So if you can find this book at a flea market or a garage sale for $100 or less, you're hitting a home run no matter what, because low grades are going for about $150. So this is a book to keep an eye out for, not necessarily something that you might want to jump into at a high grade from a comic book store or something like that, because they're going to need to get their money out of it as well. But this is something always to keep in the back of your mind. It gets overlooked all the time. I can't tell you how many times I found this book for way less than it was selling for everywhere else. Going into number 7, Daredevil Born Again is coming. There are heavy, heavy rumors that White Tiger, Angela Del Toro, is going to be appearing in that series. So we're looking at number 7, White Tiger, number 1. Okay, the first appearance of White Tiger, Angela Del Toro. Marvel's had a new initiative with their movies, with the MCU. They're obviously bringing in a lot of strong female characters. I don't see why they would leave White Tiger out. She's very, very important to the Daredevil mythos and Echo as well. So knowing that both of those shows are coming, I can see White Tiger eventually hitting the MCU. And the best thing about this is this book is sitting at $20 right now. You can get a 9.8 of this book, not graded, but a raw 9.8 of this book for $20, no problem. Very overlooked. It's going to be on the rise. Keep your eyes out for it. If you could jump on it, definitely jump on this book. Number 6, Young Avengers, number 6. This is the first appearance. This is where Cassie Lang becomes Stature. We know that Cassie Lang is going into the Quantum Verse with Scott and the family in Quantumania. More than likely, she gets her powers in this. She's a part of the Young Avengers. Young Avengers books right now are taking off. This is also the book where Kate Bishop gets her Hawkeye-inspired costume. This is a book right now that's sitting between $30 to $80 for a mid to high grade. You could definitely get your money's back right now on it if you get it graded. It is a book that I think is going to really go up in price. Young Avengers number 1 right now has already been shooting up to like the $1,200 to $1,500 range. And talking about a book that's not that old, that's crazy numbers. And I think with the way the MCU is going, where they're absolutely going to be bringing us the Young Avengers, this is a book to definitely keep your eye out for. Number 5, Spider-Man 2099, number 1. This is another value book. They've already announced that he's going to be into the Spider-Verse 2. This is his first appearance. It's sitting at around $20 right now. The problem with this book is they printed a lot of them. It's books from the 90s, these 2099 series. They printed so many, millions of these books, where normal print runs for comics are in the like 40,000 to 50,000 range. This was probably 1 million copies made. So you can find them. They're readily available. Get yourself a couple copies if you can. It's going to go up in value. 100% it's going to go up in value, because even though there was 1 million of them made, it's still a 30-year-old book. We're talking about 91, 92, somewhere around that area. And Spider-Man 2099 is definitely that book you want to try and get in on at the ground floor. We're talking $20. Go out and get yourself a copy. I think it's going to be a gem to pick up. Number 4, Uncanny X-Men, number 117. This is the first appearance of the Shadow King. There are heavy rumors that the Shadow King will be appearing in Agatha Harkness' Coven of Chaos. Whether these rumors are true or not, we're not sure, but the Shadow King plays a big role in the Wanda storyline, in the X-Men storyline, and it could be something that they go through to get to Mephisto eventually, because we all know they love teasing Mephisto to us. But the best thing about it is this book is sitting around $80. It's definitely something you get your hands on. Hold on to it for a while. Get yourself a good copy. Get it graded. Whatever you want to do. This is a long-term play for this book. You're not going to make quick money on it, but it is a book that I consider picking up at this point, because there's more things that they have to do to get to Mephisto than I think we're ready for. So, number 4, Uncanny X-Men number 117, first appearance of the Shadow King, going on the list. Number 3, this is a book that is going to skyrocket. Amazing Spider-Man number 4 from volume 3. This is Cindy Moon Becomes Silk. In this book, Cindy Moon becomes Silk. Know that Sony has announced that they are making Silk series for Amazon Prime. So this is definitely happening. Where this goes from here, if it's a hit or not, we're not sure. But I see this book skyrocketing right now. High grades are going for about $200, but this could wind up being the next ultimate Fallout, where the Miles book, for a while was sitting at about $100, $200, then shot up to like $1,500, $1,800, $2,000. This book, I think, is going to do similar numbers to that eventually. As long as the series is halfway decent, people are going to want to pick up this book. Going on to number 2. Nova, number 1. This is the first appearance of the Richard Rider Nova. This book is still sitting at $160, around that price range. This book is going to skyrocket. It's got an insanely good cover. It's a good-looking book to have on the wall. It's the first appearance in Nova. All we're waiting for is Feige to pull the trigger and give us Nova. Like, at this point, it's got to come eventually. We know they're going galactic. The Guardians 3 trailer just dropped. We saw that they had Adam Warlock in it, him, as they like to call him. So more than likely, we're getting Nova. We're going to get Spectre. We're going to get Blue Marvel. We're going to get all these cosmic beings. Nova, I think, is going to be a huge character in the MCU. And I think this book, if you can get in now at $150 to $200 for it, is going to be a great, great investment for this. Jump on it. Hit it as hard as you can. Get a couple copies if you can. Make sure they're in good condition. Here we go. The number 1 book of this list, in my opinion, a book that you need to jump on now before it really starts gaining traction, is Strange Academy number 1. The reason being, Strange Academy number 1 is the first appearance of like 9 different characters. I had to pull it up here. I got a list here of all the characters. Emily Bright, Doyle Dormammu, the illegitimate son of Dormammu. Shaylee Monpetal, Herman Aguilar, Zoe LaVue, Alvy and Eric Bronson, Sons of Asgardians, Goosalog, Toph, Calvin Morse, and Desi. Basically, it's an entire school full of brand new characters to the Marvel that could be brought into the MCU at some point. These are children. You can see that the MCU is kind of heading in that direction a little bit. I think this book, a killer book to grab for $100 right now. It's a recent book. Most copies you're going to find are going to be in really, really high grade, really good condition. Jump on it if you can. You're going to have to sit on this one for a while. Other thing that bolsters this book up a bit is the fact that Strange Academy was one of Marvel's like number 1 hits the year it came out. This series took off. Everybody loved it. It's a great read. It's a great series. Pick up a copy to read and a copy to collect if you can. But I'm telling you right now, Strange Academy number 1 is my number 1 pick for this top 10 list. Thank you guys so much. Let me know what you thought in the comments. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments. Join me again here in another month where I give you a brand new list of 10 new books. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe everything on GGEN. This is your man, Zuplexcity. Deuces.